Last year during our snowbird trip down south to Florida, we passed through much of the southeast that has been hit with the devastating Hurricane Helene. And looking back on some of those videos and looking at the campgrounds we stayed at a KOA outside of Asheville. We stayed at several state parks in Florida. And to realize that those were hit with the hurricane, and many of those are closed right now, and we really feel for the people of that area. But we also made us appreciate our chances to stay in these areas, such as Henderson State Park, which this video is about. So as we reflect upon those positive times in those campgrounds, we pray for everyone there so that hopefully sometime in the future, however long it takes, that many of these campgrounds and areas can be open for us to visit again. Hope you enjoy this video. 9:45 on a Tuesday morning. We're finally heading out of Red Bay on our way to the Florida beaches. Whoa! Hey. On our snowbird trip down south for the winter of 2024, we decided to visit friends in Florida for the season. But our first stop in the Sunshine State was Henderson State Park in the Panhandle of Florida. Now, this was one of the first Florida state parks that we had visited that was on a beach. One of the reasons we came to love Florida state parks, there's a lot of state parks on the beach. I'm Steve.
I'm Nancy, and together with Mars, the blind Sheltie,
and Phoebe, the warrior princess,
we are living our dream.
Our goal is to travel the U.S. and Canada in our 2016 Tiffin Open Road
while spreading the messages taught to us by our pets.
Keep smiling
and be kind.
Join us on our travels by subscribing to our channel as we continue our great adventure.
And don't forget to leave us a comment to let us know how we are doing.
Henderson Beach State Park. It was the first Florida state park we visited. We visited it because it was on the beach.
Located in Destin, Florida.
Yeah. Driving down to Florida in the winter means the sun sets early. We arrived in Destin, Florida, where Henderson State Park is located, around 5 p.m., but the sun was already setting. Interesting.
It's not literally on the beach, but it
has a trail to the beach.
A trail to the beach.
The campsites are not on the beach, but the campsites are
You can't hear the water.
No.
It's not like Assateague where at night you could hear the waves.
Yeah.
So
but it was a 5-minute walk to the beach.
Maybe 10.
An interesting part because it's a slice of land that's been set aside for the state park.
Oh, it's donated. No, it's donated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's right in the middle of suburbs. I mean, high traffic road into Destin, the tourist road. There are all the tourist attractions right outside the state park. There's helicopter tours that fly over a few times a day. And then there's the Air Force Base located nearby. I think it's the Naval Air Force Base in Pensacola. So you hear the Navy jets flying overhead. So it's at times quiet.
It's a busy, busy place.
And at times busy. But what did you think about it?
I loved it. I'd go back in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful. Destin beaches are pristine. A little on the boring side, though, compared to New England beaches.
But it's a long,
long white beaches.
But it was beautiful white sands, and I think that was the first time I had really seen the aqua blue water on the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, they call it the Emerald Coast.
The Emerald Coast.
Because of the color, the green, emerald green. And there were times when it was just brilliant.
Yeah.
I know when the first time I stepped onto it, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
Because I've never have been up in that part of Florida. I mean, we've driven through on our way up north, but I've never been there to visit. I've been down more to Pensacola area and south.
And never been on the beach.
Yeah.
So it definitely was a beautiful, beautiful beach. I grew up on the Gulf Coast of Texas, where all the silt and mud from the rivers would flow in. So that's what my idea of what the Gulf of Mexico was like. I had never seen water like
Yeah,
this.
this is beautiful. Last day we were there, you could swim.
Yeah.
But we were there for a total of what, 7 days?
7 nights, yeah, 7 days.
7 days. And 5 of those days, it was no swimming. The red
Riptide.
flag with the no swimming on it. So you couldn't get in the water.
We weren't going to get in the water anyway in the middle of December.
I took off my flip-flops and rolled up my,
Yeah.
my pants and walked in the water. Because it was 61 degrees, which is nice in New England.
So how was your beach combing that you always like to do?
Meager.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, not a lot, but there's mostly small.
Small, tiny shells.
Really, really small shells. Absolutely no sea glass at all.
Yeah.
And it might just been where we were, but I didn't see any.
Yeah.
And I was out there quite a bit.
Now, it was a good part to ride the bicycles because it's got enough long areas. You can take the bicycles. You can't take the bicycles onto the boardwalk, onto the beach, but you can take the bicycles on the trails between the campgrounds. There are a lot of campgrounds there. They're spread out. You can take it on the road. They have a bike trail on the road specifically for bikes, so that you can go out to the pavilions in the day use area for the area. So a lot of places to ride the bikes, which was good, which was something I did a little bit. Could walk the dogs. Now, you can't take the dogs on the beach, and that was a disappointment.
Yeah, you can't even take them on the boardwalk to the beach.
Yeah.
So,
We did see a couple of people there, but
yeah, I saw
yeah.
a couple of times people with dogs.
So maybe they do allow it in off season. We just didn't know it. I don't know. But I think overall impressions, I liked it.
It was a nice place.
Yeah, another place I think we'd
And
go back to.
the other thing about the beaches and the state parks, the state parks down here are booked. I mean, when you go to their website and you put in for whatever dates, I guarantee you most of them are going to be booked. And a friend of ours that lives down here made the suggestion to us. They said a lot of people cancel, like the week before or even days before. So in Henderson Beach, we were able to snag
We snagged the
3
place
days.
for 3 days.
And then we watched for a couple of days when we were there, and boom.
Somebody canceled and we were able to spend another 4 days. We had to
another 4
move
days.
sites.
Yeah.
But we ended up being there 7 days total. 3 days in one site, 4 days in another site because we were looking for that. And that's how we found a spot here. We kept looking and then something would open up.
Yep, and then something opened
And
up.
another state park that we're going to. So that's how we found places in state parks. We didn't book months ahead. We didn't book a year ahead. We booked a week ahead because we're constantly looking at the state parks we want to go to. And then you're a little flexible about which days you're able to find. And when you go in there, they will show you which days are open on which sites.
Yeah. So it's, I mean, unless you're a person who is OCD and you have to have every single day already planned out.
Then you better be
6
planning
months down
6,
the
9
road.
months ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to come to the Florida state parks.
Yeah. So but the state parks here are beautiful. Yep. They are well maintained. That I don't know if they're all designed alike, but they seem to be because they do them in circles. They have
loops,
loops,
small loops.
Yeah, loops like
And here they're a little tighter together than they were at Henderson Beach, but they still feel
when we
enough.
were in Henderson, we never knew there was anybody beside us.
There was so much
either side.
vegetation between. We couldn't. Phoebe was not able to bark at somebody next to us because she couldn't see him.
Yeah.
So
Phoebe and I just spent mornings looking at the birds, taking pictures of the birds, and
The beautiful. Finally, 2 birds flying away.
Oh yeah.
When putting together this video for Henderson Beach State Park, I went online to look at the state parks to even see if Henderson Beach State Park was open now after the hurricane. And the beach seems to be okay. They're open for day use, but the campground that we stayed at is currently closed. So if you are planning on visiting anywhere in Florida for that matter, or the Southeast, Georgia, North Carolina, you might want to check in with those campgrounds and see how long it might take for those campgrounds to open up again. And hope you can keep everyone down in the Southeast in your thoughts and prayers through this very difficult time. And look forward to visiting these places again. this thing, is this a lot from the zoom?
I can't see this.
But that's okay, this is good.
There it goes.
Yeah. Oh, look at the orange in the sky.
4:48.
So overall, two thumbs up
up.
for Henderson
Yeah,
Beach State
Henderson
Park. We'll be
Beach.
back there. So till next time, everybody, keep smiling
Be kind.
and safe travels, everybody.
That's
Thank you.
about all I got in me.
Okay. Oh,
Oh, gee, thanks for that.
I didn't get the cameras off yet.
Yeah, I know. That's the outtake.